Fam, this is the day. We've been looking forward to this weekend for how long? And we didn't know what to expect. We got two new guys up in the front office. What are they going to do? And I told you, and I'm going to take props for it right now. I told you, it's the unexpected that's going to make it intensely exciting. We knew nothing about Lynch and Shanahan because they've never done this before. Lynch has had a little bit of experience. He's hung out with John Elway, and that connection between John Elway and Lynch is really crazy. There's some more things that happened today between those two. But listen, here's the thing. Remember when we were irrelevant? I think that time may have come to an end. Remember when they said the 49ers have no talent? We may not have a lot of talent yet, but we're working on it. But what we do have is we got a lot of talent to develop. Tell you what I'm gonna do. And we got Jonah Burrows that came over and joined us from Niner Noise. Let's let him in here right now. Jonah!
Hey, Ronbo, how you doing?
Oh, delighted, man. I'm telling you right now, we're just delighted with your presence. I mean, some of the questions that people are going to hit you up with, hope you got a few minutes today, man, because you're going to be a focal point. You're the media guy that's got the insight.
I'm really happy the first time to join you on your podcast. I've been a fan of you for a while, and after today, I'm just so excited with everything and how it went down and how it transpired and all of the surprises that came out and the direction that we get a view of where Shanahan and Lynch and the new front office is going, I think is our first real glimpse into what we can expect in the years to come. And just overall, I mean, I'm extremely impressed with how everything went down today.
And Jonah, did you... Give me the second pick. The 49ers were battling to get back into the first round. Every few minutes, Ian Rappaport was coming in saying the 49ers are desperately trying to get in the first round. They're getting down to pick number 20, number 21. I was thinking, oh, Jesus, they're not going to make it back in. And what are they trying to do? What was your feeling at that point? Did you think they were going to make it back in? Did you know who they were going to grab at that point? What were you thinking?
Well, I think, honestly, I mean, all NFL teams and front offices like to come in at the end of a round, especially if they're picking high in the next round and move up and grab a guy. With Reuben Foster, he was a personal favorite of mine, and the Niners, obviously. I wrote a lot of stuff on him and how he fit and why he fit, especially with our run defense last year, historically bad. But what I was thinking at that time was, when we got to pick 20, 21, and the Saints had passed them up, the Bengals, what I was really thinking was that diluted urinalysis was probably the most profitable, lucrative urinalysis that San Francisco has ever had. And it's unfortunate for Reuben on a monetary level slipping down that much, but I think in the long run it's going to help him out a lot. I think he stated unequivocally that he wanted to be in San Francisco. He fits in San Francisco. He has a really good relationship already with everybody in the front office and Solomon Thomas. I think in that first round what we did was we set some building blocks and built some foundation built off of grit and character and physicality, exactly like John Lynch outlined. I mean, that was one thing that he didn't keep smoke screens up about. You know, they were real good about not letting everybody know where we were going, but he was pretty upfront about wanting the character and the grit and the physicality, and that's what they got in the first round. And it was hands down the most game-changing first round for any team this year.
Yeah, with an A grade, and Reuben Foster's going to get paid eventually. There's no big deal on that one. He'll have to wait a little while longer, though, just like you said. Jonah, let me start answering phones here, and you can chime in here when you want. We got George. George just called it. George, hello, George.
What up, Rob?
George is out. George is out in Utah, so of course he's got some bias towards some of the Utah people.
I am doing great. Doing great. Hey, Rob, I just want to let you know I'm a first-time caller, but I've been following your show the last couple of weeks, and you know, when I don't get my Niner fix on KNBR, the flagship station for our San Francisco 49ers, I usually come to you, and I usually go to bed watching you getting all crazy saying Niners.
I do have my emotions are mostly out of control, but thanks.
How you feeling today, George, after this weekend?
Oh my gosh, I can't believe they picked up 2 Utah players. So I'm excited about it, especially the running back and that last D-line guy, which I was going through all the 49er forums. There's a lot of negativity towards the Utah players, but I wanted to make sure the 49ers Empire know that those 2 guys are solid picks. The running back from Utah, he retired for a month, came back. I'm sure everyone knows his story by now, but if you guys watch that Utah versus UCLA game, the guy went nuts. Once he sees a hole, he's got so much speed that he can rip through it and nobody can catch him. That's the thing about that running back from Utah. And
Joe Williams, especially in that Utah game, he had 332 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns in that game. And that was coming back from his so-called retirement that I believe if people actually do the research on and find out what that was all about, it's kind of an endearing situation. And it seemed to actually change the mind of John Lynch, who saw the numbers and the reasons and turned away from and was brought back into it, like he stated in his press conference. But, yeah, that's an impressive young man, especially skill-wise, and I think he fits real nicely. It's going to be an excellent compliment to Carlos Hyde and Tim Hightower.
The only reason why Joe Williams came back to Utah is because Utah had a bunch of running backs that were injured, and Coach Whittingham had to call him back and say, hey, kind of need your help. You mind unretiring and coming back? And he was just a beast. And like Lynch said, he was welcomed back with open arms by the players in that locker room, and that says a lot right there. Oh yeah, I'm ecstatic. I also love the Iowa quarterback pick, George Kittle too, the tight end. We got some crazy players. I mean, people are not too thrilled. He was a 4th round, 5th round prospect, but Shanahan and Lynch made some moves, went back up and grabbed the quarterback. I think he's going to surprise some people.
George, let me hold you right there. Let me let somebody else climb in here as well. Look, Trey, go ahead, Trey.
Ronbo.
Trey, it's all over, man. What are you thinking?
Oh, man, I got a few points, man. Where do we start? Okay. These building blocks. I love what John Lynch said about building. First of all, Ronbo, I told you we was going defense. You know what I'm saying? I even gave you Ahkello Witherspoon about 3 weeks ago. You know I did in the
I know.
We could bring it up.
Well, no, you can bring it up. Let me go ahead and state my position before Trey continues on this. Yes, I was offensive nuts. I said, give me some weapons. Trey pointed out to me that was not going to happen this year. I argued him right off the phone. He came back and still beat me up. He's a winner.
Anytime.
Take a bow, Trey.
Thank you. Because I told you I was writing it down, Ronbo. You remember I said I was going to write it down? You remember that?
I'm listening.
Hey, Trey, I remember that too.
I do.
Yeah. All right, so hold on. Let me
Witherspoon fits in this new defensive game plan
Perfect scheme fit.
very, very well. And we're running a 3-high, 4-3 under front. That's going to put that free safety and those 2 cornerbacks out there basically on islands covering all of the deep routes. Yeah. And Witherspoon is a silky smooth pass breakup machine. He's not big on interceptions, but he is tall, he is long, and he can run with receivers. With 22 pass breakups, 23 total, including his 1 interception last year. This guy, he's not going to turn the ball over a lot, but on 3rd and long, he is. Yeah. He is one of those guys that just shuts down an area of the field because any ball that comes his way, he's knocking to the ground.
That's it.
Joe, let me guys, hold on a second. He doesn't like to hit.
Guys, hold on a second.
When you get back into our first 2 picks and what we got on defense with Foster and Thomas, I think that and Lynch running things and Robert Saleh, I think that entire culture is going to influence this young man, and he's going to start hitting. He might even do a little bit more run support. He's going to get that gunpowder in his blood, and he's gonna fire up a little bit.
Joel, hold on. Let me stop you right there for a second. Now, listen, guys, I got full lines tonight. So, George, I'm gonna have to ask you to hang up and listen to us on the radio. Will you please?
Will do. Thank you, Ronbo.
Thank you, George. Now,
All right, George.
let's get Trey to finish up his thought. He's going to beat me up. Go ahead, Trey.
I got you.
It's all yours, man. Beat
you
me
already
up.
know, Ron. Yeah. No, so look,
Beat
all
me.
right, two quick things. One, the defense. As Lynch said, that we're doing, we've attacked the 3 levels of the defense. The first was the pass rush. In our defense, we got to get there. Inside, outside pressure, and that's what Solomon is. He is that Michael Bennett jack of all trades. Then you have Reuben. One thing that we're going to do in this 4-3, we're going to cover a lot of space, and we're going to out of zones, and you need an athletic guy like Reuben. That's the second level. And on the third level, like Jonas just said, in the cover 3, those tip passes and those breakups are going to fall right in linebackers' hands. And I'm going to give you an example. Richard Sherman in the NFC Championship game tipping the ball to Malcolm Smith. That's exactly what's going to happen a lot of times. Now, second point, C.J. Beathard. All right, I watch a lot of football, a lot of college football. So one thing about C.J. that I know is that he played in a pro-style system. And that sounds cute, but let me explain to you exactly why that's important. One, he's used to calling real plays. He's not looking at a card. He's calling really long plays. Number 2, he's used to turning his back and then having to turn back around and read a defense. That's huge. Now, people get on this completion percentage, and the thing I'll say about this Ronbo, and I'm out, name me one receiver that's ever played at Iowa. I'll wait.
You'll be waiting for a long time. Jesus Christ, Google can't even come up with that information fast enough. Give me a hint.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello? Kyle is the athlete. Kyle loves his accuracy. Which, if you watch the kid, he competes and one thing, do not think that he's going to play this year. This is a guy that's going to learn for a year and maybe compete next year. You'll hear, oh my gosh, out of nowhere. We don't know. We thought they were going to draft a quarterback, and C.J. Beathard, last year's pick, is starting to rise up. So that's what's going to happen. I'm going to get off the line, Ronbo.
Yeah.
But I love the direction, and
Trey,
decision making.
And Trey, he brought his boy George Kittles with him. They're serious about that tandem. I got a feeling we could see something really interesting develop between those guys very soon, just like you said.
I appreciate it, man. I'm out of here, man.
All right, Trey. Thanks for calling, man. Have a good night. All right.
Yes, sir.
I said,
Hey, Ronbo, Jonah here again. While we're on the subject of C.J. Beathard, I really what I get most out of this, because it was befuddling, at the end of the night last night, to see them not only move up for a player. We didn't give up much, in all honesty. A 7th-round pick that that didn't mean a whole lot to us, and an early swap on our top 4th. But the reasoning for it, considering he was widely projected a late rounder, was what was befuddling. And then I heard Kyle Shanahan's press conference after the fact, and you guys gotta have to take into consideration all this happened after John Lynch's final press conference of the night. Yeah. They were done for the day as far as they were considered. So, in my mind, there was a reason why they moved up. I don't know what exactly that is, but the idea that I have, I looked at who they moved up right in front of, and it was Pittsburgh. Now, Pittsburgh had been looking for somebody to back up and possibly replace Big Ben here in the coming years. And when I start looking at C.J. Beathard's tape, and I heard what Kyle Shanahan had to say, Shanahan was very specific. He said, you got to value a player, number one, based off of how other teams are valuing him and where they have him on their boards, if you like him. So that could move him up just that alone. So that, just based off that makes me think that they might have got a piece of information that Pittsburgh was seriously looking at him.
And that's what I was thinking,
and they wanted
too.
to make sure that they got him.
That's what I was thinking. John, let me hold you right there, though. We got a pick. Trey, I need you to hang up the phone because we got a bunch of people trying to call in. So, Trey. Okay, let me go to Toby. Yeah, Trey. Okay, good. Thanks, Trey. Right,
hey, Ronbo.
Go ahead, Toby.
How you doing, Jonah? What's up? Hey, real quick, man. There's so much to cover. I don't got enough time to cover it. Hey, yesterday I was going a little crazy. Because I saw your reaction too. But I started to watch film, and I kind of caught on. to everything. The quarterback.
Tell me, what are you talking about? Are you talking about the draft yesterday? You mean?
Well, yeah. I'm talking about Thursday though. Also though, when they
Okay.
dropped.
You didn't catch it. You didn't catch it live then.
Yeah, I did. I actually watched it, and I had it going on my Twitter live and everything. But I actually saw your reaction too. But
I see. So you had three different mediums
okay.
going at the same time. I get it. Okay, go ahead, man.
Okay, though, man. The quarterback reminds me of Steve Young, man. I love him. I love him. I love the QB already. I like the last pick that we picked up too. The guy Adrian Colbert. He tweeted out, "Every team that passed on me is going to regret it. Mark my words." Man, we about to come. We got Joe Williams. You know what I mean, man. Like I said to everybody, shout out to Rip the Jacker in the comment section, man. He's the only one.
He's always busy.
He's the only one that said this too. But man, I'm telling everybody in 16-0, and I know that I'm probably wrong, but I don't give a damn. Go Niners, go Niners, go Niners, baby.
Here you go. Tell me. All right, who we got next here? Hey, there's Bill. Bill's out having a cola. Let's see if he's ready yet. Bill.
What's up?
Bill, you're loud and clear, man. Man. What are you thinking, Bill? Bill's always got his sources. I love to hear from his sources. Go ahead, Bill.
I'm here for my buddy. Possible signing for Colin Kaepernick for a 1-year deal if nobody signs him.
And what?
Till we get it.
What team?
The 49ers. If nobody picks him up, I hear they might take him back.
Okay.
Because he wants to come back to San Francisco.
But Bill, you do realize that's 1, 2, 3. We just picked up another free agent QB. That's 1, 2, 3. That's close to 5 quarterbacks.
Right, but we need a quarterback that starts now. That can start now, and I don't see Hoyer doing it.
Okay, that's it. Okay, personal opinion time. So, Bill.
No offense,
Bill.
But, I think if we could pick up somebody good, solid as QB, a good QB this year, we could win a Super Bowl.
That's every year, though. But Bill,
that's the only thing we're lacking.
But Bill, you gotta realize you did remember what Kyle said just a few weeks ago, right?
Don't recall.
Okay, now what he said is I have my starter in Hoyer and I got Barkley, and they're kind of similar. And people did already ask him, what about Colin Kaepernick? And he said, it's a lot of stress on my offense to keep switching up a scheme and style. So if I need another similar quarterback, is why I picked up Beathard most likely. I got Hoyer, I got Barkley, he's got Beathard of a similar mold. He's just not going to stress.
What's up?
Yeah, go ahead.
What's up with the Washington quarterback Kirk Cousins? Are we not going to get him?
Well, see, there you go. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't know why your source is bringing Cap back. I don't know where he'd fit.
I'm thinking they might trade for Kirk this year for probably sign Cap and give them Cap, and it kind of makes some sense. Get a couple of QBs that are good.
Yeah.
Make him look good in the preseason. Yeah. And then trade him off to get the starter.
Hey, nothing's impossible. Okay, I'll go along with that. All right.
But I think we should. I think we're going to pick up Kurt this year. We might pick Kurt up this year.
Well, yeah, and the draft is over. I don't know how they get him now. There's no assets. The only thing you're going to do with Washington, you're going to have to give him something, and then of course Cousins would have been in the role, and now you got the Browns talking about going after him. Of course, the Browns picked up Kaiser, so everything gets a little bit jumbled up in that. So I don't know, Bill. We'll see.
Well, I think we end up possibly, if not with Kurt, then C.J. Beathard, like I said, could be the starter. I don't know.
We'll see. And you're the one who says that Beathard, he was out with Taylor Swift. I saw that picture, and I says, wait a minute. Taylor's too much older than he is. Bill, is like, tell you what, we got to go, man. We got a lot of people piling in and want to say a few things, okay?
Yeah, but I'm excited to see what the year brings. I'm just going to sit back and watch and just relax. I don't really... I'll hit you up, but I still think we're going to get Patrick Willis back, though. That could be.
I'm really looking forward to that, Bill.
Going to happen.
Yeah,
most likely going to happen.
All right. Now that we've got Reuben Foster, why not? All right, Bill. Have a good night, man.
Yeah, you too.
All right, guys. So remember, now when you do hang up, I need for you to clear the line because of the fact that we're kind of tied up tonight. Let's get Sean. Sean, go ahead, Sean.
Yes, sir. How are you, man?
Sean, after the dust has settled, man, I'm feeling awesome now, man. I tell you, this hour has been coming for how many weeks? We didn't know what to expect, and now it's all good. What are you thinking, man?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. I'm feeling pretty good. You know, when we picked up Solomon Thomas, I was like, yeah, all right. Instantly, I started thinking of the Solomon Thomas train here on the Ronbo show.
Yeah.
Too crazy about it, you know.
Yes.
But, I mean, look, I've stated that I like the guy. He's a baller. He's a football player. But then when they followed up with Reuben Foster behind that on the next level, I said, this shit could work.
Yes.
This could work.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I mean, I was just like, well, damn. John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan knocked it out of the park on this one. You know, and I think them going with Reuben Foster after Solomon, it made me like Solomon that much more.
Same here.
I know it sounds crazy, but it made me like Solomon that much more. And then just seeing some of the things on Reuben, he seems like a happy kid. He really wants to be there. And when you see a guy in pads, he looks big. But Reuben Foster is a big fucking boy. He's a big dude, man.
But Sean, he only weighs 230. I thought he was heavier than that. That's all muscle, I guess.
I mean, just because we all know Solomon Thomas is just a fucking Hercules. You know what I mean? I mean, the guy just, when you see him, you're like, damn, he's big. But then Reuben Foster standing next to him when they're walking into the locker room, I'm like, Jesus Christ, look at the size of this kid. I didn't realize he was that big. I didn't realize Reuben Foster was that big, you know, and so I'm excited about it. I'm also excited about the tight end that they picked up from Iowa. The guy's got some hands. I mean, his stats isn't showing anything tremendous, but he's got hands. You know, he's got hands, which is nice. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see about Joe Williams. So overall, and I'm really excited about Witherspoon too, man. He's lanky. He's got them long arms. So I'm excited about that too, man. There's going to be some competition in this offseason, which I love.
Ooh,
I'm excited about it, man.
You underline it right there, buddy. The competition. So I mean, nobody's promised to start. Somebody even said Carlos Hyde is going to be threatened by the guy that they were just talking about from Utah. There's some crazy things going to be going on in camp this year. The guy you were talking about, by the way, was George Kittle. That's a tight end from Iowa.
Yeah. George Kittle. I mean, he's like you say, he looks lean. He's a little bit on the thinner side for a tight end, but he's got hands.
247.
He seems pretty athletic for his size. But you know what? I'm gonna say this. I was all about Christian McCaffrey, but I'm gonna say this: he ain't with us right now. So fuck Christian McCaffrey. He ain't a Niner, baby.
He's Universe.
He ain't a fucking Niner. So let's go, Solomon, Reuben, all the other guys that we picked up. Fuck Christian McCaffrey because he ain't a Niner, baby. Let's go. I hope we fucking light him up week 1. Over and out.
There you go, Sean. Thanks for sharing. Hey, Jonah, let me ask you, because in case Jonah knows, I want to know, is indeed, we're talking about Reuben Foster's shoulder. Is it serious or is it going to be okay? Because I thought there was going to have to be a follow-up procedure on that shoulder. I said, oh, no. What do you know about that?
As far as I know, I mean, all the reports say that it's good. Everything that I've read. I mean, the doctors would state otherwise, I believe. I believe that would have had more effect on his draft than just falling to the end of the first round, if that was indeed the case. When it comes to Reuben Foster overall, I mean, I stated this in a couple of my articles with them in Niner Noise. He equates to me basically last year with the horrible run defense that we had. Running backs were just kicking down the front door and getting to the second level.
Easily.
He equates to me basically as a running back kicking in the front door and finding himself face-to-face with a shotgun. This dude is sawed off. He will knock you out. Kyle Shanahan even said it was hard to watch defensive tape on other Alabama players because your eye kept tracking to number 10, flying all over the field. He's a baller, just purebred.
Sideline to sideline.
He's 100%. He's the real deal.
Dang, I'm looking forward to it. Who we got next here? It's Joseph. Is that Josephine? Josephine from San Francisco. Come on in here, girl. Josephine. And it's probably somebody using Josephine's phone. Josephine, hello.
Oh, this is it's her son. That's her son.
I always get that.
How you doing? How you doing? Hey,
what is your name?
Man, I found you through YouTube, and I was like, man, I gotta be part of this community. I gotta be part of it, you know.
Well, give me your name so I'll know next time I see Josephine, I'll know it's you. What is your name?
Vincent.
Vincent. All right, Vince. Vince, appreciate you. Delighted, man, to have you. Well, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Yeah. I was just looking at the draft, man, and it's insane. I can't wait for our defense, how it looks like in about 2 years. These guys mature up. Defoe, Armstead, freaking, we got Solomon and Reuben Foster. Those
Don't
guys
you love it?
maturing up is going to be so nasty. And we got that corner with the dude from
Witherspoon.
Witherspoon, is that his name?
Yeah. Think
Yeah,
of Jello, Ahkello,
he's
and then say
nasty,
Witherspoon.
man.
Yeah.
He is nasty. He's gonna be our nickel corner. And the dude we drafted in the 7th round out of Miami, he can play corner also, and that guy can hit. That guy hits.
You know what I'm concerned about? I'm thinking about should be on the. We got the over-the-top center fielder safety. I keep wondering because you worry about can Jimmy Ward survive a whole season? And I don't think he's going to do that. I'm wondering who we're going to stick back at the top should that happen. And maybe this guy could be one of the candidates. We'll have to see on that though.
Who we could have? I mean, me, I still have hope, man. I really liked Dante Johnson when he was young, and so I'm like, man, you have potential, and I still have hope for him. I don't know why, but I do.
No, you got it right. He's got the body type that's exactly right for this system. And I don't know what are the other variables they're going to be looking at before they plug him in, or just say, Dante, we're sorry, we're done. Because Witherspoon's probably going to beat anybody not named Rashard Robinson's got to deal with Witherspoon. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see what happens there. Because Witherspoon and Robinson on both sides is just, good Lord, that's just beautiful. So we'll see.
Oh, my God. Yeah, he's just such raw talent, man. He guarded John Ross. I seen him highlights in Washington, and I was just like, wow. This guy could keep up with him,
I know.
He could pretty much keep up with anybody.
That's the biggest piece on his
NFL.
resume. Keeping John Ross under control. If you can keep John Ross under control, you can just about keep anybody under control. With all that speed, he's just clever out there. Good angles, all that kind of good stuff.
Our D-line is just going to make our corners better, too, and that's the thing. It's just going to be like a 2012 team. Our D-line was just so disgusting that our corners look amazing, And I just can't wait for that, man.
Here you go. Tell you what, Vince, good stuff, man. Let me say goodbye to you, and don't be a stranger. Get on back in here. We're in here every Sunday normally. Let's get in Saturday because the draft is ended.
All right, man.
All right?
Let's just, like, when I call, to be like Josephine, you're like, hey, it's Vince.
It's
That's
Vince.
Josephine. All right, Ronbo, let's go Niners!
Yeah! Thanks for calling, bro. Let's go to Eric Vaughn. Eric.
Hey, what's going on, Ronbo?
Hey, Eric, man, just sitting back here celebrating a good time, 49er time, man. We're about to get some respect now, no doubt about it. Oh, I can't wait to see that defense.
I had to wait to call you when the dust settled.
Tell you, man, dust could be still churning up for another few months. Whew. God, I can't wait till camp opens. But what are you thinking?
I actually called and joined in on the line when we got Foster, man. But it was just so crowded. I said, I'm going to wait until we get all the draft picks and figure out who we have.
Yeah. Well, have you got a favorite already? And also, have you got a Rookie of the Year in mind? Because I was watching the NFL Network, and they were saying, Rookie of the Year, of course, and somebody mentioned McCaffrey. They mentioned somebody else, and then they said Solomon Thomas. And I was thinking, wait a minute. If they're going to throw Solomon Thomas in there, maybe they're just courtesy in mentioning other people. But why not say Reuben Foster is a potential candidate? But I figured that was what that was about. But what are you thinking?
Let me tell you something. These draft picks, number one, I'm all in. Lynch, Kyle style, yeah. It's a new day, and a lot of players have been put on notice.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
There's no guarantee. Listen, like you said, there's no guarantees. Rashard Robinson, I think he's definitely going to start. But this Witherspoon kid, I think I see a few starters here. I see Witherspoon. I think he's going to get that opposite spot at corner. Reuben, we already know he's starting. And brilliant pickup, by the way. But Thomas, I think that's letting a few players know, he can start. And why not be Rookie of the Year? He's just got a motor. I've been watching some of his highlights. He's just got a nonstop motor, man. He's huge. I didn't realize how big he was.
273. And he's not as tall as Aaron Lynch, but he weighs nearly as much. Well, Aaron's a little overweight. Let's put him closer to Eli Harold's weight then. So, yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that name. Lynch, because I think that was to let him know, okay, you need to step it up or you're out of here.
Yeah, no, true. That's true. If there's anybody threatened on that line, you might be right. It might be Aaron, who should be penciled in right now as a starter, but hey, he could be beat out, and this is that guy that you might add into the mix. Yeah, you're right. I figured they're going to put him in on packages to start.
You'd pick up on that.
Who?
I knew you would pick up on that.
Yeah, no, I noticed it because Aaron's one of my favorite guys. But he's got to take this job more seriously. You can't come into camp every year weighing 315 to 320. That doesn't make any sense. He looks bigger than Buckner right now. Buckner goes over 300 pounds. Wow.
Yeah. You posted that clip of those two going at it in those drills.
Yeah. Who looked the biggest?
Honestly, Lynch did.
He did, right? By a large margin. It wasn't even close. I said, Jesus Christ, how big is Aaron right now? Oh, my God. And he was dancing past Buckner, but I said, Jesus, Aaron's huge.
He had a couple of sandwiches since last year.
At least. And I'm talking hoagie style. Yeah. Huge with lots of beef and cheese. Jesus, Aaron.
Yeah. So, mayonnaise.
By the bucket.
I think that Thomas pickup was to let everybody in that line know this is not a game here. You are replaceable. And not outside of Buckner, I mean, Armstead, too. You need to step it up. I mean, you were injured. I understand that, but you don't have a guaranteed spot either.
But I think there's been one consistent thing that Lynch has said in every interview, every press conference, is that you're going to have to fight for your position, and they will see where you're going to be, even these new guys.
Yeah.
And this is the older guys that aren't taking it seriously. They'll find out.
Quickly.
You go.
And that's going to be from day one. They've already put change of culture. Now, if you're going to come in there with the same attitude as you had last year, you're pretty much done. Woo! Yes.
And I love it. I love it.
Don't you?
Like you said, it's a new era here, man. Listen, we're trying to get to the playoffs and get back to that Super Bowl, man, so we can correct that loss. And I mean, if we got to replace a few players along the way, so be it.
Hey, Eric. And next year with the picks they've picked up, even if, as I say, I'm not completely satisfied with the offense, but I'm loving the defense so much, next year maybe Kyle starts to get, and you never know who's coming out next year. Kyle gets that elusive number one receiver.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
All right.
Can I ask you what's one of the questions? I know.
Hold on a second.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Eric.
I was going to say, that's one of the best things about the position of this new front office and where we're going is with those 6-year contracts and all the salary cap room, we do have the room to wait. And that puts us in an interesting position. They're not going anywhere. And, you know, the free agents that are coming up next year, I mean, you got to look at some of the receivers coming out next year in free agency. You got a lot of guys coming out. And we could be looking at those numbers now and making draft decisions knowing that those guys are coming out.
I tell you.
Yeah.
Eric, let me let you finish up, and so we can say goodbye.
Yep.
All right.
I just maybe both of you can answer this question. Something caught my eyes as regarding that trade for the guy from Denver, Capri Bibbs, and then we go and draft Joe Williams, and honestly, he's one of my favorites out of the old, other than Reuben and maybe Witherspoon. The Joe Williams, that pickup, he looks like a stud.
All right, Eric.
I think that was to put Hyde on notice. Hyde is also on notice.
All right, tell you what, you go ahead and hang up now. I'll throw that at Jonah, and you hang up. We'll see you. We'll see you next week or during Red and Gold Radio. Okay.
Yes, you will.
All right, bro. Jonah, you go ahead and handle that question, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Capri Bibbs was the guy that we picked up in the 4th round with that trade back.
Okay.
With Denver. I believe that was really a setup for the trade up for Joe Williams out of Utah.
Yeah.
We gained the extra 5th round pick that we used for the trade up. And when you look at Capri Bibbs, I really do believe that Adam Peters probably had a lot to do with this. He's familiar with the guy. He was with Broncos last year. When you look at Capri Bibbs' college numbers, you know, he had in 1 year, in 2013, he had 1,741 rushing yards. I'm sorry, that wasn't 1 year. That was that was 1 year. And he did a lot. He did a lot. He was a solid back, but when he was in Denver, Denver's a running back machine. They pump out a lot of them. And they brought in Booker, and they had players already in there. I don't think he got a good chance. And I think what they did, there's a good consolidation with San Francisco and Denver. We're practicing together. We're doing some spring training things together. And we got a good relationship with him. I think that was a consolidated effort to move some picks around, and we got a good player out of it. That was the 11th player, honestly, in this draft that we got. I think he's a nice addition. When it comes down to it, after everything's said and done, between him, Harris, who we re-signed, Hightower, Hyde, and Williams, I think the rest of the guys on the roster are in a lot of trouble. They're probably not going to make the team.
That's going to be interesting. Jonah, you know what I'm doing? I'm going to wind it down now, and I want to appreciate you coming in tonight. Hey, Jonah, do me a favor, will you? Drop me an email, ronbosports@gmail.com.
Yeah, absolutely. I can do that.
And wait, I just realized I can find you on Twitter.
I appreciate you having me here, Ronbo. I got some more analysis on some of those other picks. I'd be happy to talk to you guys about it in the future. And I implore you guys to follow Niner Noise and go Niners.
Exactly, and that's one of the reasons why I want you to drop me a note, because I want we're gonna fix that up right now. Okay, all right, buddy. Joe,
all right, not a problem.
Say goodnight to you, and thank you so much for dropping by. I'll talk to you shortly. All right.
All right, thank you, Ronbo. Thank you, everybody out there in Niner Nation. You guys have a great night, and then this was a great weekend. I think we got a lot to look forward to in the future.
We definitely do. I'll tell you, oh God, it's gonna be fun. All right, Jonah, have a good night. All right, let me go.
Bye-bye.
All right, let's go to Tyler. Well, I'm still cracking from yesterday screaming. Tyler!
Hey, why are you unsatisfied with the offense, Bill?
No, not completely unsatisfied, Tyler. But for a Kyle Shanahan, we got an offensive-minded coach. I want him to have every opportunity. I want him to have those fiendish weapons. When you look at what Tampa Bay... Well, let me just finish. Let me just finish. Look at Tampa Bay, what they did. Look at that offense, Tyler. That is plain evil. What if Kyle had that kind of weaponry? There would be no stopping the 49ers.
Super Bowl every year?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's all I want. I like having a defense, but I don't want us to become the Texans. I want Kyle to have, he's a guy that's the offensive genius. I want him to have his weapons, and then give me that tough D. And give me the tough D first. But make sure we're going to build and get this team balanced. That's the only thing I'm saying. I don't have any problem with the offense right now. So yeah.
Yeah, because we got Garcon, and Goodwin is going to develop himself better. He's going to be our Taylor Gabriel, I think, because Taylor Gabriel isn't a slot receiver. He could play out wide.
Sure.
He's different.
Goodwin's the same way.
We don't know what Rodgers is going to be like. They got Aldrick Robinson, who is okay. We don't really. He's kind of suspect because he had that one game. We haven't seen too much from him. And then we just got that steal, Trent Taylor. He's a beast. Have you seen his highlights yet?
No, and I was getting around to get to that. I've got a lot of guys I want to see their highlights on that I've never heard of before.
You know how I was high on Carlos Henderson?
Yeah, no, I remember. Hey, I was looking for you yesterday when they ran him in. He doesn't remind me of Julio, though.
I didn't. No, I said he reminded me of OBJ by the way he cut on his plant.
Ah, it was OBJ you were comparing him to. Okay. Yeah,
and but except he's got that thing that OBJ doesn't. He can catch in the one-on-one.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying,
he's like a horse. The guy's built like a running back.
Yeah, he can do that too. He had 7 carries for 113 yards and 2 touchdowns. But what I'm trying to say is, Trent Taylor was his partner in crime. See, Carlos had 19 receiving touchdowns. Trent only had 12. But the thing is, Trent had 1,850 yards or something like that, and Carlos only had 1,500. And then Trent had like 120-something receptions. Carlos only had like 80-something.
Tell you, when you start comparing those numbers like that, 49ers didn't get him though, so we'll be okay.
We got Trent Taylor though.
We got Trent
Taylor's the one with the yards and the reception,
and which is even a better idea. Yeah, so there you go.
I'm going to move on to my next point because I want to make this quick. I don't want to waste too much time here.
All right.
But with all the guys we signed with the draft and everything, like the Cowboys went from a 4-12 record to a 13-3 record.
I'm gonna bring that up.
When we say we're going to go 9-7, Why do people look at us like we're crazy?
I don't know. Even 49er fans, you must be out of your mind, man. You delusional. I said, mainly I look at it as a complete disrespect for Kyle Shanahan as a coach. And he's already proven that he can take nothing and make something out of it. So yeah, this is my problem. But anyway, they're going to keep on thinking that way until it's
stand by
changed.
and lose.
Yeah.
These aren't that kind of guys. They're not Chip Kelly. They're not Jim Tomsula.
Yes,
they don't
dude.
just stand
Thank you.
by and allow our team to go out and make themselves look like they don't allow them to go out and make themselves look like fools. They make them compete and they make them fight on the field. That's what we were lacking. Chip Kelly and Jim Tomsula, they didn't make their players fight. Like Carlos said, he's in an interview. They were like, it seems like a lot of your teammates aren't even trying and like they don't want to fight anymore. Do you feel like they have that attitude? Carlos is like, that's certainly not the way I've been taught, but I can't speak for other people, but I really hope that's not how they feel.
Well, he's being a nice guy. Listen, Taylor, we got
It's not gonna happen like that anymore.
Tyler, we got to let some folks in, man. Tell you what, tonight, good stuff tonight, buddy. Well, let me see you on Red and Gold next week, okay?
Oh, you will.
All right.
So
Have a
look
good
at that
night.
gathering tomorrow.
No, this is today. We're doing it today just because draft ended today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Tyler. Have a good night. All right. We got Robert Schwab. This is Robert that I haven't talked to in like a long time. It's got to be the same guy with that last name. Oh, Robert, 908 area code.
Hello, Ronbo.
It is you. I have not talked to you. Hey, wait a minute. There's a Robert and there's an Alex. Which one are you?
This is Alex.
Yeah.
If you recall, I was on the probably about 2 years ago, the Jared Hayne episode.
You see, it's been that long.
Discussing whether or not he was going to be on the roster.
Yeah. And you sound so different now. I guess puberty has beaten you up. Alex, what happened here, man? Are you juiced over what happened? Any great things? Any highlights? Anything in your mind that stands out that you look forward to?
I think this was a great draft for John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan to come out. They were aggressive in the first round, made a statement to just about every other team, showing that they were not afraid to pick up who they wanted to draft. You know, we saw the story of Reuben Foster hanging up on the New Orleans Saints at 32.
Don't you love it?
So even these players are committed to making a statement, and I think that's going to be one of the mainstays of the Lynch-Shanahan era. This was a very deep draft and a lot of very good value players later on.
And I tell you what, and statements are going to be made next season. And just like Tyler was just mentioning, there's going to be a competition in camp. And already they've set the culture down. The foundation for the thinking is everybody will hold everybody accountable. So anybody that's clowning around, it's not going to happen this year. Oh, no. That's what I'm enjoying, too.
I've been preaching these Miami players. I mean, I'm sure as many of you have seen in the Instagram comments, I'm a huge Miami fan. Adrian Colbert, one of my favorite players that we drafted today. This kid is 6'2". I think he's about 230. I think he ran a 4.3 at the combine. He is a thumper with attitude. This guy comes downfield like a lightning bolt, and he hits you like a linebacker. And I was thinking, with that kind of height, and there's going to be a lot of linebacker shifting with the 4-3 scheme, maybe it's definitely possible somewhere down the line that Adrian Colbert, after a few years maybe on the practice squad or just bouncing around at corner and safety, could end up as a linebacker somewhere down the road with the height and his speed and his length and his hitting ability.
Oh, you're so right. I'm looking at 4.38 and a 40. As you say, 6'2", 205. That means he could pack on some more weight. He finished the season with 22 tackles.
You watched the film from the Russell Athletic Bowl this year against West Virginia. He made a crazy hit. I think the guy's name was Martell something.
Yeah.
Flipped the guy on a bubble screen. West Virginia ended up losing about 5 or 6 yards on the play. It was his last tackle at the Hurricane. But this is a guy coming from an aggressive Texas defense and a Manny Diaz scheme in Miami that has been touted for the way that a lot of these defensive backs have been playing. You see Corn Elder getting drafted by the Panthers in the 5th, Rayshon Jenkins getting drafted by the Chargers in the 4th. So a lot of players coming out of the scheme that are likely to have success in the NFL and on their teams, and I think Adrian Colbert is one that's flying right under the radar.
And look where we got him. The 7th round, the Mr. Irrelevant round, and we pick up somebody like that. This is Adam Peters at his best. You know that, don't you?
It was a great selection. Very, very under the radar. I'm not sure a lot of teams were even aware of his presence until they saw the hit at the Russell Athletic Bowl. But this is a guy with a lot of stamina. We saw his tweet that he's going to make every 31 team that passed on him. He's going to make him pay for making that decision and not drafting him.
I love attitude. Yeah, you draft a player, that's what you could get. So let's see what he does. Alex, so good to hear from you again, man. Let me see you a little more often, all right? Because we miss you, man.
All right.
All right. Have a good night, Alex. Alex,
Go Niners.
Yeah. Sahel.
Niner Empire, let's stand up, man.
I'm standing up right now. Up.
Let's go.
There you go. All right.
Stand up, and it's time for a new regime, brother.
It's already underway, bro. Sahel, you still there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still here.
So as you look at all these picks, I want you to let this thought rip into your mind for a second. Had Trent Baalke still been here this year, would we be so excited right now? What do you think we'd be doing right now?
Oh man, it's definitely a defensive happy, but we got our wide receivers, bro. We got some speedsters. You know,
I don't even think
those guys.
But Sahel, I don't even think Trent would have found the defenders that we see here. I mean, would he have gotten Witherspoon? I have a feeling he wouldn't have.
That's all you.
You know what I mean? I just don't. His Trent's picks. We got some of them are good players, but a lot of them have been kicked off the team, and so I just wonder. You know, we hit a gold mine, man. My God, and no offense to any players that have been on it. I realize when I say that, don't offend people that we've liked down through the years because Trent picked them. Okay, let me take that back. I never said it. Go ahead, Sahel.
Yeah, man. So I'm just happy we got the sack. Represented Sacktown, by the way.
Yeah.
We got Armstead a couple years ago, and now we got Ahkello Witherspoon.
Yeah.
Definitely from Sacktown as well. Represent Sacktown. We got these young bloods coming in, man. They're beasts. They're hitters. Pita Taumoepenu hitter. I can't say his last name, but I'm just going to call him.
Yeah, no, I saw him too. I said, but how do you pronounce that name? Everybody knows what you're talking about, though.
I told you last night, man. I was like, hey, we're going to get these special team guys. We're going to get these. You're going to grow on us later on. But we got him. These guys are hitters. Adrian Colbert, he's a 7th round. He's definitely going to be a special team until he earns his stripes. These guys are going to be studs someday. These guys are going to bloom up, man. I'm telling you. Kittle, another one. We have a lot of tight ends, but we got this guy, and hey, he knows that quarterback too, Beathard. So
yeah, Beathard. Oh yeah, Beathard. And Beathard's probably going to be a lot better than people can imagine. Some of the things they're saying about him now, you understand why Kyle Shanahan picked him out in the first place. He is Kyle's kind of guy. It's going to be interesting to see.
Right?
He still wants Cousins, I'm sure, but this guy, should something happen, he could be ready.
Yeah, and let me just add this to the last caller a couple of. He's like, we need to get Cap back. It's not happening. He's not a Kyle guy. I'm sorry. He's not a pocket guy.
Yeah,
look at what we got: Barkley, Hoyer, and Beathard, and he had Cousins. They're not mobile guys. I'm sorry, but Cap he's done. You need to walk away from him. It's done.
Well, it's
we
funny.
had great moments with him, but it's time to move on with that.
Yeah, and there's a guy called Nick Mullins out of Southern Miss. And I'm watching a tracker of undrafted free agents. It's going nuts. The 49ers are grabbing bodies from everywhere.
Oh,
Jesus.
Yeah. KT Cannon. I really like that guy. That guy has, he reminds me of, what was that guy? Why was he retired? He's on NFL Network. Damn it. Steve Smith, Senior. He kind of reminds me of
Steve Smith, yeah.
He's a ball hawk player.
Yeah.
These gems that we grab, man, it's going to be awesome. But I just wanted to also talk about is, I don't know if you know this, I don't know if anybody knows, but our homie, Keith Evans, says Coleman is the best D lineman drafted the whole draft. He's number one. Better than Myles Garrett. He praises the 49 picks. I'm like, what the hell?
Hey, called him Rookie of the Year candidate. I was blown away. Heath Evans is saying all these nice things about the 49ers. It's like he's trying to make up for last year's evil. Wow.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? Just come over. I was like, damn. He's like a Seattle, lover, and then now he's just hating on the 49ers. I was like, whoa, this is
now he seems to be
for the 49ers.
A lot of love. So hell,
let's go.
So let me stop you right there, man. We got to move on, and I really appreciate you calling in, buddy. Let me see you on Red and Gold, okay?
Oh yeah, definitely talk about Foster, man. That call that he had, you know what? Interview
from the
funny.
Saints, and he didn't want to talk to him. Yeah, everybody's talking about that. It's hilarious. Just goes to
Go
show
Niners,
you.
man.
Yeah.
New regime. Let's go, guys.
All right, Sal. Have a good night, buddy. All right, let's
Later,
go to Daryl.
Yo.
Daryl, it's all over, man. We're here. We're coming, man. The footsteps are coming across the NFL. They can hear that pounding. Here comes Reuben. Here comes Solomon. Here comes Buckner. Ow, ow, ow. Just feels good to feel better about feeling good. You know what I'm saying? Daryl, what are you thinking, man?
Man, this is when we were talking about receivers last night.
Yeah.
I messed up. I forgot this guy. I forgot about him. Trent Taylor. I forgot all about him.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've heard of him before.
Mm-hmm.
This is funny. Okay, I'm going to go back, like, what, a year ago? Yeah,
Right.
a year ago.
All right.
When we had Chip Kelly.
Yep.
Jeff Driscoll. I'm like, when I watched Jeff Driscoll's highlights, I'm like, who is this Taylor, this little Wes Welker looking dude that he keeps throwing to? This guy's making unbelievable catches. I'm like, oh, that's him.
Trent.
Once I heard Louisiana Tech off, this receiver, I'm like, oh, that was Driscoll's number one target right there. You know?
I'm telling you, his stats are just ridiculous. I'm looking at he led the NC2A with 136 receptions, 1,803 yards. He had 12 TDs, was named first team All-CUSA. How in the world does this guy get away, Daryl? Nobody noticed? This is crazy.
I guess, I guarantee if he was over probably, like I said, if he was like at least probably at Megatron size, maybe a Julio Jones, I guarantee he would have got taken away a long time ago, especially with stats, something like that. But I guess people forgot about how good Wes Welker was, or hell, maybe a Steve Smith. Steve Smith was like around 5'8", 5'9",
Mm-hmm.
physicality, and can make those crazy catches over like 6 foot plus, defenders.
Mm-hmm. It's quickness that'll kill you, man.
That guy's very good on the slide. Like he's quick, man. And
our slot has got about how many guys in it? It's going to be interesting to see that competition. I'm telling you, the 49ers, the current management has no love for the past players. If you're good, you're good. You will get the job. I can't wait to see. Oh God, I can't wait till camp opens. Woo!
I want to address a few more things quickly.
Go right ahead.
It's like like you said, there's definitely gonna be competitions, but I see a lot of competitions in the tight ends because we're like getting tight ends right now. Like we got what was his name? Kittle or something like that was
Kittles?
Oh yeah. One thing I want to address. This is really funny. I don't pay attention to this, a lot, but you hear nonsense all over the like in our news.
Sure.
Donald Trump said that CJ, that pick for the 49ers, is the next Tom Brady.
Wait a minute. Has the president chimed in on the 49ers draft?
You can look it up if you don't believe me. Trump said the next Tom Brady is.
I just didn't know he was paying any attention. That's hilarious. Okay, I'm going to check that out.
I know. I couldn't believe that.
Which is, and he made it, yeah. Okay, wow.
Trump saying, I thought Trump just loved the Patriots, but now he's on the 49ers side. I don't know if he's just trying to do that to make us feel better, but who knows? The next Tom Brady. That's very surprising.
Wouldn't it be special if he was right?
Who knows? Like I said, this is guaranteed. This is competition for real this time. Like the running back competition, the tight end. I see this. Of course, the QB competitions, I think, is our number one priority right now.
Yeah.
With receivers, yeah, I say the receivers too, but I see more of the tight ends. And what else? I'd say probably, of course, I say the corners too, because those corners pretty nice right there. Linebackers and defensive line. And one thing too about Aaron Lynch, because they already guarantee he's moved to a defensive end. They're gonna put him at defensive end right there in the box.
Sure.
Where he's gonna play because of his weight. And
Aaron's got to lose that weight,
though. Outside or even inside, because we're going to run the 4-3.
Sure.
We're going to have a lot of competition to see who's going to have the best coverage,
Yeah.
So I think Foster's going to take that, probably win that position outright. And one guy I like too that they picked was, I can't say his last name. I know he's Samoan. I'll just say Pita. No?
It's Pita, and it's Taumoepenu.
He wasn't looked over enough. Huh?
I'm gonna give it a shot. Pita, and it's Taumoepenu. But that's more of a Spanish thing.
I'll say Taumoepenu.
You gotta get the vowels changed on a certain language. Okay, Yeah, but anyway, we know he's a Polynesian, another Polynesian man. Man, this dude's gonna be bad, you know it. But what do you think?
I'm thinking it's gonna be nice. I mean, like they even said it too. And I don't like paying attention to those analysts on TV because they're biased or they just say something. I guess they basically like to kiss ass, especially for us 49er fans. But
Yeah.
But I see a lot of competition in the linebackers. I'm telling you, linebackers, defensive line, tight ends, QBs, and running back. Basically, I just said the whole entire team, but I want to see more defensive line right now because I'm liking it because I actually like that DJ Jones pick. I think we definitely have our Ian Williams replacement for real because he's only like 6 foot.
Yeah, and
this DJ Jones. From
I
Ole
was
Miss,
looking at that. He weighs about
that dude
300 pounds or 200. He's heavy. Where is that
He's heavy,
guy?
but he's barely 6 feet. He's just 6 feet.
Yeah. Yeah,
And he can rush, man. He's like a I don't even know how to say it. And I know he's a nose tackle, but I can't really explain it. But I'll just say for now, Ian Williams, because Ian Williams was like barely over 6 feet, you know.
And
But
this guy, you're right,
what's even better about
319.
this kid here, he can not only he can stuff the run, he can actually get after the quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at his
He
numbers
can.
here, and he started all 12 games last season, total 30 tackles, three for tackles for loss, and 2 sacks. He sacks the quarterback. I like this guy already. So you're right.
I'm liking it already right now because like it's like some reason it's been for years, 49ers just have like a craving for defensive lines. Like they're like even in this draft, even though there's a lot of great defensive players.
Yeah.
But I like Solomon Thomas, for example. That's a great pick to me. Some people say, it's whatever,
No, I looked at his film, and I don't want to tell anybody that thinks that way. He's good. Daryl, let me hold you right there, though, because we got to try to get through it within 2 hours. We got a bunch of people still standing by. Appreciate your input, though, bro.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Daryl. Good to hear you back, too, man. Come on back Monday night.
I will.
All right, Daryl. Have a good night. And we go to Stev out in the Duke. What was that? It's got to be Stev. Steve. Stev!
What's going on, Ronbo?
Hey, man, I'm still digesting what just happened this weekend, Stev. It started out great and it ended great.
Are you feeling good about it?
Awesome, man. You remember in the beginning, I was saying, give me some offensive weapons. Stev, by day 2, I had gotten over that. We'll get offensive weapons. I'll be patient because I'm loving the way the defense looks right now.
I was thinking the same way, and I'm starting to think that we almost pretty much have all. I think Kyle's doing a little. I don't know. That number 1 receiver we're hoping for.
Well,
I don't know. It's like we're. I don't know if we're going in that direction.
Maybe later.
Because we're getting. Yeah, that's what I think. Because we're getting. Man, I'm looking at the depth chart for the wide receivers, and I think it's going to be crazy. You have Jeremy Curley, the guy we just drafted from Louisiana Tech or whatever.
Oh.
2 fast dudes, Bruce Allington, Marquise Goodwin. Speed all over the place, and it's going to be a big problem for the defenses.
I know. That's I keep wondering who's going to survive that.
Yeah.
And it's Trent Taylor?
Oh, my God. And I think it's going to make the quarterback's life so much easier. It's going to be crazy.
Getting rid of that ball in 2 seconds. Why? Because he's got speed. And these guys can get separation, Steph. This is what I'm so excited about.
That's what
guys
I mean.
who can run routes and get separation. Yes.
Yeah.
Give that quarterback something to throw at. Yes.
Yeah. It's gonna be crazy, I think, with the wide receivers we have. Just pure speed. And we're still signing these
undrafted free
players.
agents.
I was going through them a little bit. So I'm going to check those guys out. But
Yeah.
no, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I really love. I think the draft went well.
We got it right this year, bro. We got it right.
Yeah.
So it's going to get better. I can't wait till
and
camp starts. First preseason game is going to be like a sellout crowd, probably. Think about it. Everybody move extra seats in or something. Woo!
And on the defensive end, I think it's the two guys on the ends are going to be Robinson and Witherspoon. That's going to be crazy. You got the guy from Miami and Reed out there, both big hitters, with our linebackers, Bowman and Foster, other big hitters. It's going to be Solomon, Buckner, Armstead, Earl Mitch, that dude from Ole Miss we picked up. He looks good. So we're going to have a team of ferocious players on defense.
Sounds good, doesn't it? I tell you what, I'm concerned, though, with Jimmy Ward. And I'm looking at Adrian Colbert. the guy from South Miami is safety from Miami. You think if something happens to Jimmy Ward, I'm wondering who's going to go back there and cover that spot. This guy's fast. So I'm wondering, could he possibly be built into the the guy that Malik Hooker type thing? Because Malik Hooker's 6'1", about the same size.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I'm worried. I don't want Jimmy to get hurt if he's going to be our guy. But who's going to cover if Jimmy goes out? That's such an important position. That's my biggest fear.
Yeah.
I don't know if they addressed it or do they know what they're doing here or what. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see about that. I think they have a lot of guys coming in though at that position where we'll be able to slide somebody right in and we'll be all right.
Yeah, because a cornerback can't play that position if need be. It's not necessarily they have to be a safety, but it's just got to be somebody who's got good velocity to get to that ball quick, and also has got good judgment skills to be able to cover on those things. So, all right.
Yeah.
All right, Steph.
One more thing I just want to say, man, this is going to be a battle for these players. Between the free agents, draft picks, and guys that didn't get drafted who are signing, it's going to be a battle. There's going to be so many players out there. It's going to be crazy.
They can only come with 93. So they've actually got to tell a few guys, well, geez, we don't have enough room now. If you're still available next season or the half season, we'll leave your phone number. We'll get back to you if something else happens.
Yeah.
So it's wow. Steph, have a good night, man. I'll see you next week. Okay.
I'll be here.
All right,
Thank
bro.
you, Ronbo.
All right, thank you, Steph. So let's go to Go Hard.
What up?
Yeah,
Day
Go
3, man. It's done. It's done. Seal them up. Wrap them up, man. We ready to go.
And we made a statement, Go Hard. Made a statement. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, man. This was my favorite. Well, I mean, of course, round 1. You know, how can you not be ecstatic about Solomon and Reuben mainly, in my opinion. But, man, this was my favorite day, man. We pulled out some gems today, man. That dude, Adam Peter, worked his magic today, man. I was really impressed with the players that they picked up in this late in the draft. And, man, my favorite player, I know a couple dudes touched up on him already, but my favorite player, who I think is already ready to compete for that other outside corner role, is that dude Colbert, man. You know, the big knock on Witherspoon was his tackling, but that ain't an issue with Colbert. But I did see that he didn't play a full season, and I was trying to look around everywhere and see what that was about. I think it was only like 8 or 9 games that he played.
Oh, Adrian.
And Adrian, and dude, he's a bad, and he's faster than Witherspoon too. I think somebody already stated his 40 time.
He's 4.38, and that's a hell of fast safety. I just damn.
Witherspoon is 4.45. And on the whole safety thing, you know, I just got done watching the Lynch interview, and Lynch said they're trying him out at corner. But what was good about him is that he can play safety as well. But they were going to try him out at corner first.
Damn, the competition's going to be stiff.
I think, you know, he fits that role of that outside corner, man.
He may get it, you know, because you're going to last man standing, Go Hard. Ain't no favoritisms. Ain't nobody running around there talking about you been with the organization for a couple of years. We're going to give you the first shot at this position. It's, you know, make or break with you. This is about go out there and win a job. Oh, man. You could be right. It could be if they're going to make the switch.
Like you were just stating. My bad. Go ahead.
No. I was finishing up that sentence. Go ahead.
And like you were just talking about too, about the whole Jimmy Ward, and he could be a backup. That's what I see too, since he's versatile, that he could possibly come in and back him up if anything was to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So it's great depth. It's great depth on the roster. Whether he's going to be on special teams for a while, if he can't get that other spot opposite of Rashard or not. But man, I see stupid potential in that dude right there, man. He is a beast. He, like the other guy stated, he's like a linebacker out there playing cornerback.
I like that. I want that wide receiver every time he runs route to be thinking about that. See, that's what ruins it. You'll ruin a wide receiver like that every game. You know, that's what killed, and that's what Cam Chancellor did to Vernon Davis. He had Vernon shut down for what, 2 years? Vernon's just now coming back to being Vernon Davis. That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Hit it.
Shit, either way, even if Witherspoon, wins that spot and beats out Dante, and he's the opposite dude. You know how his knock is the tackling. You know, that's why we got Foster gonna be running side to side, and Bo and Buck and Solomon and everybody. So it's, he ain't gonna be really that relied on to be making those tackles if the running back breaks it to the outside or whatever and gets there. But another interesting player that we picked up was that running back Joe Williams. I got through looking at some of his stats, and man, and he played 9 games. This guy pulled out 10 touchdowns, 1,406 rushing yards.
407.
His receiving stats, they were pretty bad, but the thing with him is he had 5 fumbles. Now, regardless whether, go ahead.
No, I didn't see that stat. I didn't see the fumbles. I'm looking at everything else you're saying, but I didn't see this. I didn't hear about the fumbles.
Yeah, I had to go about 3 different websites to go and look for it because they didn't want to post it up. They were just showing the
ruin him.
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard to find, man. I had to do some searching for that, but I found it. And yeah, so that was a knock on him. I'm like, man, 5 fumbles. Hopefully Turner and Kyle can do something with that. But this guy hits the line like you were talking about. When's the last time we seen Carlos break a big one? That's this guy, man. He has potential to be an all-pro. He hits that line. If he breaks through that line of scrimmage, he's gone.
That's what I'm talking about. See, I want to see that. We haven't seen that in a long, long time. Frankie Gore used to do it every now and then. But Carlos has never come close. Carlos has gotten dragged down every time he got downfield. But still, this kind of speed is what they're going to be looking for anyway. You got Carlos that's going to be doing what he does. And you got to have that scat. That guy that, oh, man, the defense got to change up. Oh, we got the wrong guys on the field. Look, oh, God, there he goes. That's what I'm talking about.
And like Jonah was stating too, he had 332 yards in one game, man. That's unbelievable. But what I wanted to leave everybody with a question with, maybe we come back on the next show or something.
Okay.
If anybody could look it up and find it, man. Who were the teams that were interested in Vance McDonald? And can we possibly see something going on with him in the future from here on out till the season starts? Because when I had heard about that, I was like, not Vance, man.
And do you
who
know
were the teams that were interested?
No. That's what's so funny. I think it was Shanahan that came back and told everybody, yes, we were trying to. Well, it's a business and that's what we do. But it was Lynch. Lynch did reassure people that yes, it was not a rumor. We were trying to move Vance. We couldn't get any takers, which I thought was like, oh my God, Vance just lost face with that one sentence. He says, "Oh Jesus Christ!" Yeah. So they were trying to move Vance and they couldn't get any takers. I don't know what. Even for a 6th or 7th round, I was like, wow. So Vance has got a lot of stock to build this next season. So we'll see what he does.
Hey, competition on that whole team, man, is great.
Yeah.
That's all for tonight, y'all, man. Go Niners. Good night.
Go hard. Thanks, bro. See you Monday, man. Let's go to Dre.
Yo.
What's up, Dre?
What's going on, bro? What's happening, Ronbo?
We're sitting back here just simmering, man. We're just, how you watch that sauce, it's just bubbling and getting better and better. That's the 49ers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, man. We just got a lot better, man. I think with drafting Ahkello Witherspoon, I think we just solidified our starting quarterbacks. I mean, he's 6'2", 196 pounds, runs a 4.4, 240. Had 20 pass breakups, 21 tackles, and a pick. Mm-hmm. He's a player. He played in the
talk about who's on his resume too.
He started for.
Who was that? Who was that? He shut down.
He's a tough guy too, man. So I think we just solidified our cornerbacks. Yeah. With Reuben Foster, we just solidified our linebacking core. We're gonna have Reuben Foster and Malcolm Smith. And then we got Solomon Thomas, Earl Mitchell, and then we got Buckner and Armstead. Just to look at our defense. If we could build 10, 14-point leads, it's going to be really hard for people to score on us now, guys. 14-point lead. Do last year. We were up in a lot of games in the first half, and we were because we couldn't hold teams. This year, if we're able to build a 10 to 14-point lead on you in the first half, it's going to be problems. Man, our defense is going to be really stingy. Yeah. So I think we did a great job. I think we did exactly what we were supposed to in this draft.
Absolutely. And I think the offense is going to be able to keep defenses out on that field a little longer. And that was a problem, too. Last year, the offense was off the field so fast, that gave the other team plenty of time to get back at us. I think that'll change this year.
Exactly.
I think we'll control that ball a little better this year.
And if you look at Joe, I think of all backs besides for Joe Mixon and his off-the-field issues, I think that Joe Williams has the biggest upside in the NFL draft between any running back. Of all running backs, he has the biggest upside. Man, if you watch some of his film, it's ridiculous. In that game where he had 332 yards and 3 touchdowns, and that was against UCLA. So I'll remember that game really good because I'm a UCLA fan. And he punished us all day. So I think we got to steal with him, and then Kelvin Taylor is a player. To me, does look like a little bit like Westbrook. So Wes Welker. So we got some pretty good players, man. I'm satisfied with what we're doing, and I think it's going to play into Kyle Shanahan's hand. I really think it is.
Loving it. Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. I can't be more pleased, man. It's been so long. I remember calling in after the draft and just hearing everybody on the line. You know what I mean? Like, it's been so long since I've heard excited Niners fans on draft day. So
especially about the draft.
It feels good to get back to where we were, man. It really does.
We're heading that way, man. And Dre, you know what you feel good about too? That they did this good of a job on this aspect of running this team. You know this is going to trickle down. There will be no half-ass, no matter what phase. It's going to be done right.
Oh, no. It's correct. It's going to be done the correct way, you know, and then, you know, just like the fans are excited, just think of how excited those players are inside that locker room and OTAs right now and leading into minicamp. Man, it's a new atmosphere, you know. We're going to see some things turn around. That's all I can say.
Yes.
I know the NFC West is really shook up right now.
Yeah.
If you look at how things have turned for the best for the Niners, if you look at what the Niners did in the offseason compared to any other NFC West teams, we made the most noise.
Oh, we got an A. We were right behind Cleveland as far as the ranking goes. Cleveland ranked number 1. Right. We were number 2. So, you know.
Right, we ranked number 2. And the only reason Cleveland ranked number 1 is because they had a shitload of draft picks. Otherwise,
man,
a free agency acquisitions. Oh, nobody, man.
Damn,
it was Marquise Goodwin and getting Pierre Garçon and then Smith and then Jeremy Zuda. I mean, nobody had a better season for
all season we did. Dre, let me say goodbye to you right there, Dre, and I'll tell you what, let's continue on Monday night.
Most definitely, bro.
All right, bro.
I see you on radio. Let's go Niners.
All right, Dre.
All right, bro.
All right, Dre. Let's go to Nighthawk.
What's up, Ram?
Wait, Nighthawk. It broke up. I missed it. Do it one more time.
What's up, Rambo?
What's up, Hawk? How you doing, man?
I'm happy now. I'm happy.
You happy now? Hey, Nighthawk, what in particular got you up on the happy wagon, man? What are you excited about?
I'm excited about Foster and Thomas and the whole play we drafted.
Yo, and you know what? You hit it right on the head too, man. We didn't draft no nobodies. Everybody we got is a potential. I mean, all the draft picks looks like they could possibly make this team. As in the past, that's never been the case.
I'm
sorry, go ahead. Nighthawk.
But you know what I think? I think that I think Thomas and Foster will be a double team.
Constantly. Because we're talking about two guys who can move it to that ball. So, yeah, you got that right, Nighthawk. And one of them's going to be Rookie of the Year.
I mean, at first I was kind of, when they picked Thomas, I was kind of like a little bit, I said, but when they picked Foster, I said, okay, you know what? Those two are going to make a good team. So when they got Foster too, I said that's a good mix.
Damn. Nighthawk, if you had to take and make a bet right now, somebody says, all right, put your money on the table, defensive rookie of the year, they think it's going to come out of San Francisco, it's going to be either Reuben Foster or Solomon Thomas. Which one would you bet on? Because this is tough. I thought about this. I said, man, I just don't know.
I don't know, too. I like them both. I don't know.
You know what? I can't say that because you know what? I underestimated Solomon Thomas. I'll admit that to the Solomon Train Club, but I'll admit it. I did underestimate him. I knew Reuben Foster was a bad man like everybody knows. But now that I've seen them both play, I don't know which one will be the biggest candidate for actually defensive rookie of the year.
I also like the receiver that drafted. I like the receiver too.
Yeah, we got a few. I was looking at that, and I got to look at film of those guys. But Trent Taylor.
When I saw Foster, we play, that dude can hit.
Well, you know, that's what he's famous for. And moving sideline to sideline like some kind of assassin out of control. Oh man, that's gonna be. Oh, I can't wait to see this next season. Woo! Yes.
Yeah, but you know what? I think they're gonna be 10-6.
Well, you know what? I don't feel like arguing with nobody about that yet. I like 10-6. I like 9-7. People keep trying to tell me I'm crazy because I like 10-6, 9-7. So I ain't even gonna get into that. I'm delighted you feel that way, though, Nighthawk, and I support that 9,000%, not 100. Oh,
yeah, but see, I saw one more thing.
Go ahead.
I saw one play. I saw one highlight when he was doing the team was doing kick return, and he just went down there. He got his tackle.
Are you talking about that game? You're talking about Reuben Foster when he went downfield on special teams, and I believe he killed Leonard Fournette.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's watched that clip over and over.
He just went down there like the kick return. He didn't stop. He just grabbed him and said, "You coming down?"
That's right. You know what? Did Leonard Fournette go to the Titans? I think Leonard Fournette went to the Titans, right?
I think so. I'm not sure.
We play
Jacksonville.
Hey, we play Jacksonville too, though. Wait till Jacksonville sees who's on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Leonard Fournette is going to think he's going to be running over people. Oh, he won't be running over nobody that day. And Bowman ain't going to put up with that either. So you know it's going to be funny. And if Malcolm Smith ain't going to put up with that either. I can't wait till that game.
No, I can't wait too. I cannot wait to do that. We're going to beat the shit out of Seattle, too.
Tell him, Nighthawk. Now, let me go, man. I'm going to see you Monday, okay?
Okay, go Niners.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I got Wilson out in V. Wilson cannot be happy. Wilson, come on in here, man.
I was upset at first with the Solomon Thomas. I was very upset.
You must have been worse upset about Reuben.
Like, it's okay. I understand. I mean, defense makes offense.
True. But wait a minute.
Turnovers.
But wait a minute. Get right to Reuben Foster, because I know how you feel about Reuben Foster and Alabama products. Now, go ahead and amplify on that, because that's going to be the most entertaining thing. I'm so delighted you called tonight. Go ahead, Wilson.
I'm not too mad at it though, because it was a late round pick. It wasn't no number 2. I didn't want to use number 2 on him. He hits, and I love the hits. See the highlights.
Wait, Wilson. He was a first. He was a first round pick.
All his hits, everything he's doing, he's laying big hits, but a lot of it is just throwing the shoulder. That's not gonna work in the NFL. You have to wrap up eventually. You have to wrap up. And it's all right. I'm not mad. I'm not too mad about it now. It's sunk in, and we needed it, so I'm all right with it.
Wilson, but you don't seem like Wilson. I feel bad, but I can tell you're not happy. Well, you know what? Maybe they're gonna. Reuben may stop using that shoulder like that. He may still keep putting the big hits, but that shoulder is in healing right now because of that. And a lot of SEC players got to learn. You don't be using your head and shoulder on them hits, or you will be like Eric Reed and talk about how many concussions you got. So he's got to. I hope our coaches do work on that kind of thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, he has. He's gonna have to wrap up.
Yeah.
Everybody's not gonna go down with their shoulder. Some people you have to wrap up. And I'm all right. Sorry, I'm all right. It ain't that bad. I just wish we would have got a different quarterback. But
well, the quarterback is not. The quarterback situation is pretty much in waiting. I mean, I think they're still looking at Kirk Cousins next year, and they're going to work on Beathard. And, you still got Barkley. One of these guys might work out. Hoyer could end up being the backup next year. That's a position that's still in flux. And that's a fluid situation. It's not necessarily anything's in stone. They haven't committed to Hoyer. There's just no way to see what's going to go on with the quarterbacks.
What I do like, though, I don't know if that was Lynch or Parker, whatever his name is, but whoever made those moves with the draft picks, I like that, though.
Yeah, all right. Good, Wilson.
And the one with the Saints, where we got the Saints second round pick next year.
Yeah, because the Saints may not be. The Saints look pretty good though. What I worry about is the teams that we got them picks from, or those picks from next year. I want them to fail so we can get a good high pick.
I was thinking about the Saints though.
Yeah.
With that second round pick, it's a possibility Carolina got better in their division.
Yeah.
Atlanta's still a good team.
Yeah.
And
they got better
Tampa Bay
defense
got
now. Yeah. Oh, God. Tampa Bay is ridiculous.
Yeah, and they got all three of them in the division, so it's a possibility the Saints will still be last out of the division.
Good point. Oh, good point. In fact, you're absolutely right. The Saints may be the weaker team in that division. Because they're not going to beat Atlanta or Tampa Bay. Not now.
It's a possibility.
Whoa. Okay.
It's a possibility. And then Atlanta had a good defense, solid defense already. They picked up the outside linebacker, whatever his name is, from UCLA, I want to say it is.
Tack.
The defense got a little better. Carolina defense wasn't that bad, but the offense was kind of weak. But they got McCaffrey and Curtis Samuels, and they had got somebody else.
They're redoing their offense. They're redoing their offense.
Be that bad. The teams got better.
Yeah. I tell you.
Teams got better, so it's a possibility the Saints. I hope they be bad. I hope they go 0-16. To be honest, I know it's not going to happen.
So that's too cold.
And then we're going to take that second round pick and our second round pick, and probably move up in the draft to get something else. We have 2 first round picks again.
Yeah, because it's going to be offensive. It's going to be the offensive show them next week. They may pick up a couple. I figure it'll be just the opposite next year as it is this year. And there's always great players in every draft. There'll be some good offensive players next year. No big deal. So there you go.
Yeah, and I know you wanted Corey Davis, and I did too. I would have took him, but then when you think about it, we brung in Garcon to be the starter. We brung in Marquise Goodwin to be the starter, and we got Curley for the slot. So it sort of would have been kind of hard for Corey Davis just to come in and just take over one of their positions.
Yeah, but with Corey, it would have been a grooming thing. Now, how long would it take Corey to assert himself and become the number one receiver if he had that potential? But the wide receiving core right now in 49er land is going to be really rough to deal with. They got about, they got a lot of players. Wilson, you know what? Then we got to stop there because we're running out of time. But I tell you what, man, come on back Monday if you got some time, and let's finish up with this, okay?
And how long do you do this? Do you do this all during football season?
I never stop, man. I can't get enough 49er football, man. And during the season, after every game, before the game on gets crazy, man. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Ron. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Thanks, Wilson. Talk to you later. I appreciate you calling in, man. Talk to you later.
All right, go.
Let's go. Trez! One of them right. Trez, you picked out, I was looking at the mock drafts, I believe you're the guy who got the most. You picked Ahkello, and you also picked out, of course, Solomon Thomas. Did you have a third? I got to look back at your list. Did you have a third person that you got right?
Well, this is what I wanted to ask you. Did you sell my mock draft to the Rams? Because that name is the Rams. What the hell? They got Josh, and they got Reynolds. You remember the wide receivers I was telling you about?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got Josh Jones too. I was like, God damn, man, I'm going to set up my mock draft.
I tell you, man, you never know about these guys, man. They're probably looking around at what's going on everywhere. Ran across it. That looks good. And get to contact that dude Trez, we owe him money.
I can tell you this, though. Everybody on my mock draft made the NFL.
As far as some team.
How many people can say that?
Yeah, that's true. As far as being, you're right. As far as making some team, not necessarily the 49ers, you're right. That counts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I had the most.
There you go.
Let's get on off of that right there. We ain't talking about all that. It's an exciting time right now for us. You know what I'm saying? It's everybody. We all include. You know what I'm saying? But I want to give a round of applause, man, to our owner, Jed York, for taking his head out his ass, understanding what the problem was, and knew that this shit had to be fixed, and committed to the fan base and people and the empire, and said, I'm going to fix this shit. I give you my word. And he stood by that word.
I'm glad you mentioned that too, Trez.
For all the adversity.
Glad you mentioned that. And Trez, anybody that's got a Twitter account, make sure to say hello and thank you, Jed, for hiring John Lynch. I already did it myself, so you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We owe him that, man. Because he's so through. You know what I'm saying?
Especially when we beat him up last year and the year before.
We couldn't go on with that 3-ring circus we had going on, man.
No.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Players playing like bullshit.
That's right.
Look at his shit. You know, it was just time for the 3-ring circus to really stop, man. And this man went out there and committed to turning this whole thing around, and look where we at today. You see what I'm saying?
Looking good. We looking good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So shout out to Terry Young. Big shout out to him, man. Big shout out to him.
Tell you what.
And I just want to say, man, you know, it's gonna be exciting times for us, man. And all them bombs that was leftover bombs, they on notice now.
Yeah.
It's up for grabs.
Sucks. And all those boys.
Up for grabs.
Exactly.
And we still not finished, Ronbo. We still not finished because you know you gonna have a lot of people to not make some veterans to not make teams that we might still add to the piece of the puzzle here.
You know, I know. No, I know.
But you know we still need a safety, so we might have to go out there and get a veteran. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm still worried about Jimmy Ward, and because he cannot handle that position for 16 games. I wish he could, but I don't think so. So, you know.
Oh, yeah. So as you know, they have to cut down.
Trez.
And, you know, you're going to see a lot of players get cut.
Trez, are you on speaker?
It's going to be that.
Trez?
You said what?
Are you on speakerphone?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, if you're on speaker.
No. I'm on regular, but.
Okay, yes, it sounds a little distant. Okay.
I'm driving.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah, I'm driving. Yeah. But coming from the gym.
All right.
Man, look, it's just exciting time, and I see the writing on the wall for your boy too. I see the writing on the wall. He coming. Kirk Cousins coming.
Probably.
When we passed on Nathan Peterman, I knew right then and there Kirk Cousins is coming.
Yeah, he's still in the plans.
Because they did not want to get Peterman in here, and Peterman had a possibility of getting out there on that field and having a good showing, and then possibly knocking the next quarterback that if they don't commit it to Kirk, see here have competition. You can't have competition out there. So that's why they got a project. They got to that project.
Egos clash.
Right,
yeah. You know what? That sounds right to me, Trez.
Oh, yeah. That's what it was. I said, I said, oh, I see what's happening here. You can't have nobody out there knocking Kirk, man. But I just don't. The reason why I'm going to say this, I don't like us having to go after a high-priced quarterback because we're going to have to pay Kirk. We're going to have to pay Kirk. Kirk's going to get some money from us next year if we pick him up.
I know.
And I just don't want to get into that big-ass contract with a, you know me, and Kirk Cousins, with $1 million goddamn pack quarterback. I don't do that.
There wasn't nobody out there this year. Maybe next year, though, it could become a problem for some people because you're right. There could be a quarterback next year that's just so good that we'd have availability to and we don't do it. So I feel your pain on that, Trez.
Yeah, so, you know, I started writing on the wall on that one.
Yeah.
But, you know, outside that, man, outstanding draft. I'm proud of everybody, man. We all stuck together, stuck in here. We all excited. Sorry, man.
All right, Trez.
It's just good times for us, man.
Yeah.
And shout out to TJ, what his name? Who be in the chat thing with us, TJ.
Oh yeah. TJ, I forget Serapin. SAR. TJ Serapin. Yeah.
Yeah, Serapin. Shout out to TJ Serapin, man. You know, TJ, I'll be seeing with the comments going back and forth with me, man. Shout out to you, man.
I'll be joining you guys a little later too.
Dre, yeah, all of them. Jack, big shout out, Jack.
Yeah.
You know, all my boys, man.
Yeah.
And I'm gone, Ronbo.
All right. All right, Trez. Yeah. I hope he doesn't run into anything. Wait, what's that? What we got? We got Omar.
What's up, Ronbo?
Omar, celebration time, bro. I'm feeling like we may be back in the game, Omar. We might be back, man.
I'm loving it. I'm loving all these picks, man. I'm loving this positive attitude, man.
It's such a change.
I'm loving Joe Williams. That's another big pick that we picked up
Yep.
on there. He had, this year, I've noticed that this is one of the years that we picked up somebody with no ACL tears.
In fact, Reuben's the only guy with an injury, but he's healing up. He's okay. He'll be ready.
It's not even it's not no tear or nothing like
No,
that.
it's
an injury, but
it's
it's not
shoulder.
a tear. He didn't tear a pec. He didn't tear an MCL or anything like that.
Yeah.
And that's pretty crazy. And then I'm just wondering, we also have another running back that we traded up for with the Broncos. I don't know if you heard about it. It's Kenny Bribbs or something like that. Ken Bribbs with the Broncos, but we took him for a 4th round pick. We traded up for him, so that gives us 4 running backs now. I think, or 4. Is that 4 running backs?
Yeah. Capri. Yeah, his name was Capri Bibbs. I see it. Capri Bibbs.
Yeah, Capri Bibbs. I think that makes us 4 running backs on the depth chart, right?
You know, is that only 4? It seems like it should be at least 5 or 6.
4 or 5.
You know what?
4 or 5.
We had 1, 2, 3. We had 3 or 4 already, and we added 2 more.
I think that's 5 then. That's 5.
At least, yeah. Right.
Yeah, 5 or 6, something around there. But anyways, it's going to be a stacked cornerback competition now. It's going to be a stacked running back competition, and then we even tried to trade Vance McDonald during the draft. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I know. I heard about baseball. Yeah. Hey, you know what, Omar? You know what? I got to pause for a second. Let me say goodbye to you and see you on Monday. Okay.
All right, brother.
Okay. So listen, I got to pause for just 1 minute. I got a couple more people. Hold on that line. I'll be right back. We still got Omar on the phone? Good. Omar, I didn't mean to interrupt you like that. Okay, we're okay now, man. Continue, Omar. Omar?
Am I back on? Am I back on?
Yeah, now you're back on, man.
What's up, Ronbo?
Yeah. I'm okay now. All right, Omar. We were talking about running backs. Go right ahead, man. Continue.
Sorry about that, man. What was I going to say? Man, we tried to trade for Vance McDonald.
That's what you were talking about. Vance McDonald trade.
Knows about that, yeah. So I don't even know if we're gonna, because we're stacked at I think we got like 3 or 4 tight ends now. We got 4 tight ends now, also at that position. So might just trade one of them, and one of them might be on our mini camp or something like that.
Omar, you know what? Then, we got more tight ends than that. You know what, Omar? I think we got about 5 running backs. I think we have at least 5 tight ends, if not more. Because you remember we picked up a blocking tight end. Jesus Christ. There's armies in certain positions.
Yeah, we're kind of depth. I think this year we really focused on defense, you know, because I think next year we're going to focus more on offense. We got offensive players, you know, that we traded for. We got offensive players that we have already on the team. We still don't know what Eric Rodgers got. You know, we still don't have the full potential of Bruce Ellington also. So maybe Kyle Shanahan can expand these players more and make them a lot more better than Chip Kelly or.
Well, guarantee you that's going to happen.
Like that.
Would you? Hey, do you think? I don't know. I hope Bruce Ellington's not watching, but can Bruce make this team?
It's going to be hard. I don't know.
Look at the slot guys we have now. Damn.
We got some fast players on there. I mean, receiver-wise, we're stacked. I mean, Pierre Garçon is going to go ahead and lead it. I believe who else is going to be on the other side, probably with the next experience. I think Aldrick Robinson probably is going to be on the other side.
Oh, I forget. Scott, yeah. Aldrick's there.
We haven't done stacked players, but I think this year we focused on the defense a lot more. I'm just so excited about Reuben Foster, man. I can't wait to know what number he is.
Tell you, man. And you know what? This you cannot put Patrick Willis's number on. Omar, that's gonna. You know how some fans are. There's a sensitivity to that type of thing. They'll be getting all pissed off. And as far as I'm concerned, I think, you know what? He'll have to feel like he's got to live up to Willis. But some fans, oh man, come on, man, you can't give him Patrick Willis. You know, some people get all. They don't understand, man. It's hostilities can come out to some people though. So I you know, maybe I don't know.
Man, I love it. Hey, I know you got a lot of other people on the line, so I'm gonna let you go with man, Reuben Foster's gonna be great. Solomon Thomas, that's another person who's gonna be great.
Mm-hmm.
Defensive line, I think we stacked. We don't need nobody.
Yep.
Linebacker position, I think we're good right there.
Yep.
Safety position, I think we're good, and cornerback position, I think we're good on defense.
Army and all
defense,
positions.
we got it stacked. We got it right. We just got competition this year. But anyways, go.
Wait, Omar. Wait, Omar. One question before you go, Omar. Who's between the two candidates, if you had to pick out a rookie of the year, between Solomon Thomas and Reuben Foster, who do you think is going to make that?
To be honest, it depends on who stays healthy. It looks like I feel like Solomon Thomas is going to stay healthy a little bit more, but at the same time, I feel like Reuben Foster is going to sit probably a year or sit some games because they're going to let Ray Armstrong play. And
that's right.
Roman play, and he's probably going to learn behind both of them for like a year or something. That's what I'm hoping they do, because I want him to heal a little bit more. You know,
same here. That's a good point.
Heal a little bit more for a year, have him fresher than he was before. You know, just work out and become a monster and just learn from him.
Mm-hmm. We lose it. Seems the linebacker seems.
Solomon Thomas.
Yeah, all right. There you go. All right. Omar, have a good night, man. Thanks for calling.
Hey. Have a good night, brother. Don't mean to interrupt you. Sorry about that, Ronbo. Have a good night, brother.
Okay. Good night, Omar. Let's get Teron.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Hey,
what up,
man. Tell you, man, I'm feeling so good about this weekend. I was a little worried coming into this weekend. We both had the same wishes for offensive players. Well, you know what? This has been pretty satisfying. We know we're going to compete next year. Already, we're going to compete. Not saying Super Bowl. Some people, oh man, you guys should do. I'm not being delusional. I'm just saying they'll compete. Because, people, they hunt you down, Taryn. When you start saying positive things, you got 49 fans that hunt you down to tell you got your mind. So I just want to say that.
I totally agree. Well, I guess on the bright side, with the way we're looking at it, with all these running backs, it looked like Mike Davis is gone for sure. Huh?
Yeah. He fumbled the other day in practice from understanding last week in OTAs.
Did he really? Oh, man. That's too bad.
No, I'm sorry. He missed the pass that was right to him.
The what?
No, I'm sorry. It was Harris that actually fumbled. He missed the pass that was right to him. And that's all. See, that they marked down everybody's mistake on the day, and that was Mike. So,
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I think my favorite two picks. I like that safety we got out of Miami, Adrian Colbert, and I also like that tight end too. I think those are. I mean, besides of course, Reuben Foster, of course, him being my favorite pick. But I think out of on day 3, I like those two guys. I think that Adrian Colbert. We might have found our single high safety in the 7th round.
Yeah.
I mean, dude's a big hitter, 6 foot, 202, 438. I mean. You always talk about how we're kind of worried about Jimmy Ward being able to, stay healthy for 16 games. So I think him being the backup, plus we also signed that Lorenzo Jerome as an undrafted free agent this evening. So I kind of like where we're headed here. And that tight end, I don't know, he reminds me, it's funny because they went to the same college, but that tight end reminds me of like a Dallas Clark, but it's a better blocking ability. Because that tight end, he's underrated, man. I like the way he catches the ball. He can block.
Terry, you talking about the guy out of Iowa?
Yeah, in Iowa.
And
Yeah.
George Kittle, yeah, okay.
Yeah, George Kittle. Yeah, he looked good, man. I like what we did. I mean, everybody's still hating on the quarterback situation, but I'm like, look, this is Kyle Shanahan. This is his pick. You need to give that man a chance before you start dogging him out. You don't know what he can do.
Yeah. And if Kyle picks him, you got to know Shanahan's not going to go out and get somebody he can't turn into gold. Guy, this is the thing.
Exactly.
When's the last time somebody seen Shanahan get a quarterback and he wasn't worth the damn? I mean, this is the thing. He's got a history, you know?
Yeah. Even Brian Hoyer, when he was with Cleveland, I mean, his best year was under Shanahan. So,
absolutely.
You know,
RG3.
give that man a chance before you start saying, you know, it was a wasted pick. Plus, we traded up for him. It's not like we waited in the 4th round for him. We traded up to get him, so we see something in him.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
So I'm thinking, too, just real quick before I go, I know you have a lot of people. I'm looking at all the picks we acquired. We have our first round next year, 2 seconds and 2 thirds. I think it's for 2 reasons. I think, one, just in case we can't get Kirk Cousins, we're going to use all those picks to move up to get the quarterback that we want.
Yep.
Or 2, if we do get Kirk Cousins, you know, if there's a star number 1 receiver in this draft that, you know, that stands out and say we might go 8-8, 9-7 or whatever. I don't think anything more than that at first. I think 8-8, 9-7, but we're in the middle of the pack.
That's
and we
something
see
like that.
a number 1 wide receiver that we like. I think we use those picks to trade up and get that receiver. So then we'll be all good to go. We'll have our number 1 receiver and our quarterback, and then from there it's all go moving forward.
And Taryn, I'm just now seeing your question, man. That's hilarious. Did I throw a fit when we drafted a small receiver? I've been on small guys. I haven't. 580, 180.
Like, yeah, man, I want a big receiver, but then
I do.
When we drafted Trent Taylor, I thought about you. I'm like, Ronbo's probably hot.
Oh, but look at his numbers though. This guy led the NC2A with 136 receptions. He had almost 2,000 yards, 12 touchdowns. Was named first team All-CUSA as senior for the Bulldogs.
Yep, very true.
Terry, I got to tell you though, and every time I looked at John Ross, I also feel like, you know, it is not the size of the dog and the fight; it's the size of the fight and the dog, and especially when you got that kind of weaponry. John Ross is going to screw some defenses off. You know, if you try to stay with those kind of guys, they can make a fool out of you, and everybody doesn't have. And I understand that. Adrian Colbert, he has papers on John Ross, but I don't think everybody in the league is going to be able to contain John Ross. So, you know, and Colbert's on our team.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. I mean, he is 4.22 speed, but then, you know, when he started playing in the NFL, he started getting those physical corners that, you know, that are going to jam you at the line. He's going to be in for a rude awakening for sure.
True.
As far as like his foot speed, I mean, if you play a lot of zone, you're going to have these, you know, he's going to be able to get separation.
Yeah.
But as far as like, you know, when he starts playing people like the Patrick Petersons and stuff like that, he ain't gonna let that fly because he knows he's faster than him. So he's gonna have to press him on the line to mess up his route. You know what I mean?
Bruises and bumps, man. I see him being on the IR a little bit here and there too. So we'll see. So
yeah. I mean, I'm kind of in agreement with you. I do like the bigger receivers better, like the Julio Jones or DeAndre Hopkins. But like I was telling you yesterday, these small receivers are the ones that are doing it right now. T.Y. Hilton, Odell Beckham, Antonio Brown. You know, I think the NFL's kind of changed a little bit. It's all about fast, you know, shorter, faster guys with great route running.
Yeah.
You know, so
and it's all about the QB too. How quickly can the QB locate and hit? Because it's like Kyle's system. He throws people in open, you know? It's not always about getting separation. It's about fooling the defense into not knowing where I'm going. And ball's over here, dude. I'm going. And he's gone and made the catch. See, that's what I enjoyed.
Yes, sir. Cool, man. Yeah. All right, man. I want to hold up all your time. I know you got some people waiting. So, hey, man, good talking to you as always.
Yeah, and thanks for calling, Tara. You know I love to hear from you, man.
And make sure,
see you next week now if you get some time.
Make sure you hit me up if you come to Vegas, man.
You know it, man, because I know you're going to be the good luck piece.
All right, brother. All right, you take care, brother.
You too, Dad. All right, let's go to Joe. Joe.
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing?
Doing all right, Joe. And a lot better than you would imagine, right? I mean, we didn't get a lot of offensive players, but I'm okay with that. We got a few offensive weapons that I can't wait to see what they look like. So, you know, I think the only thing missing is the big wide receiver.
Me too, man. Noah Brown didn't get picked up, I think. So there's one still out there, and undrafted free agent. But here's the thing. What if he's looking at more of a Washington blueprint instead of the Atlanta one?
Could be.
Like,
speed kills.
Look at that tight end. That's a move tight end. Move tight end that can block. So that I absolutely love this draft.
You could be right, Joe.
It was exactly what I wanted. Every single player fits in a proper situation in that scheme. And I believe every one of those guys will make the team, especially the 7th round pick. That's my guy. Adrian Colbert.
Yeah.
He played corner, but he's going to be a single high safety for sure.
I hope so, because that was my biggest worry. Who's going to be a single high dude? The guy that protects and holds that entire defense together. I said, Jimmy Ward would probably do a good job.
Back there.
You think so?
Jimmy's going to be back there.
Yeah.
He's going to start. But whenever Jimmy goes down, because he will.
That's what worries me.
Come in the middle of the season, and everyone's going to look like, oh, my God. In the 7th fucking round, you find a single high safety.
Tell you, man, Adam Peters at his best. Yep.
Hey, did you notice one thing? Whatever the media was saying, there was one thing that was common between the Niners and the Patriots.
Is what?
The board was completely different for the Niners and Patriots compared to other teams and compared to the board that the media uses. There was a lot of players where they were like, oh, he's rated in the 6th or 7th round. That was the same for us and for the Patriots.
Yeah, because I wasn't really the Patriots. I wasn't paying a lot of attention to because I just. But you're right, and the Patriots seem to have done things. I don't understand how they get the players they get to fall to them. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Because we're following the same exact blueprint. Like the way our board is set up, like we changed our grading system or something, and now we follow the exact same system as the Patriots.
Well, that's interesting because I thought everybody was using the Dallas. What's his name? Is that Jimmy Johnson? Jimmy Johnson is the one who authored that system, right? From what I understand, I thought everybody's using that system now, though.
No, not exactly.
I'm talking about the point.
Their own different.
Well, the variation.
Athletic. You see, everyone values athleticism over playing ability, whereas in this system, it's playing ability valued over athleticism.
And see, that's why. Yeah. Okay. And apparently that's the formula to go. I mean, Belichick's, man, you know what? Everybody's got them going to the Super Bowl again, Joe. They said the Raiders might be able to stop them.
No. Houston Texans.
Yeah, well, the Texans.
J.J. Watt and Jadeveon Clowney and Whitney Merciless are gonna.
But can they? But Joe.
In his back.
Joe, I mean, there's no doubt about. Last year they stopped Brady defensively. But what ended up happening is, as I'm always crying about, Texas has no offense. And that's why you can't. Brady eventually got his chance because he got more and more opportunities because their offense was sitting down so fast. As soon as that happens, Brady will kill you every time. You do not let Tom Brady get on the field too often or you're dead meat. The offense could not control the tempo. The Texans got worn out, and eventually that's how they lost. I was so pissed off I couldn't stand it.
This year,
they got Deshaun.
Got way better.
Yeah, they got Deshaun Watson.
They picked up Deonta Foreman.
Yeah.
That boy is gonna run around you and through you every single play, and he can catch. He can do everything.
Yeah. And
he's really good.
And how long do you think, Joe? Now, Deshaun is one of them. Like everybody says, well, Savage is a starting quarterback right now, and if you know Tom Savage, you know it's going to be a real competition for Deshaun Watson to move into that spot. But they said that last year when Carson Wentz came into Philly. So you know what? Every quarterback that you've seen, and there was 3, right? Even Patrick Mahomes. Watch these guys somehow end up starting the season. It's going to be hilarious if Deshaun Watson starts in Texas and Savage ends up being his backup. But don't be surprised. That could be interesting.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I'll watch that.
Yeah, I will too.
But this today, I was really happy with DJ Jones. Did you watch that guy?
DJ Jones. Is he on our roster?
We picked up 198 overall. So explosive.
Pita. Oh, they're all DJ. We were just talking about him. The defensive line guy, right? 6'1", 319. We got the meat guy. What we needed. The guy, the Ian Williams replacement. Yeah. Who's our other guy? Glenn Dorsey replacement. 6'1", 319. This dude is, and he's got athleticism too. Oh, that's going back to what you were talking about as far as how you pick players. Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. The dude is like, he's more of an explosive defensive lineman. He holds the record or something for the squats and cleans and snatches, for Olympic weightlifting.
That means this dude's really all power. I love it.
That's all power.
Oh.
So don't sleep on that guy. He's going to be in the mix this year. Actually, everyone's going to be in the mix.
Well, yeah.
I don't see one player that's not going to be in the mix.
There's no garbage on this draft list. Not on the drafted ones. I don't know about the UFDAs, but there's no garbage been drafted. Everybody, even like you said, Adrian Colbert, even to the 7th round pick, Mr. Irrelevant is Adrian Colbert. Damn, we did well. We did well.
And the another thing, remember we were talking about the running back, Joe Williams?
Yeah.
Long time back?
Yeah. Out of Utah, yeah.
Have you watched them?
No, I can't wait because I didn't know anything about Joe Williams. I've heard about him. A 300-yard rushing game. Get out of here. I can't wait to go watch clips on him. We got so many guys I got to watch clips on, but he's one of the first ones. Huh?
He's 4.4 speed, and he can play he's shifty at 4.4. That's crazy.
And he's 5'11". He's not that small. Joe, you know what, Joe? Let's just do this Monday, man.
Yeah, for sure. I'll be back.
All right, Joe. Have a great night, man. All right. And are we done? Is that everybody? Oh, hey, let me jump on those questions. Kenneth Height, did you know that we have signed 12 of the players since the draft ended? Kenneth, I was trying to keep up with the tracker, man. It's going nuts. Every time I look down, and I know I'm a little late on it now, this Height says, oh, my God. Undrafted free agents. My last one, and I looked a little while ago. God, I'm way up here. Oh, my God. Kendrick Bourne, wide receiver. If I hit refresh, I didn't have a chance to hit refresh, but I believe that. And the 49ers, that's about how many slots they had. They needed 15 or 20 guys going to the draft to get to 93, right? So, yeah, that makes sense. I'm loving it. I can't wait to check these guys out because you know this tape. It's going to be fun to check these guys out. And there's a Richard or Draw Loop. Fun fact, Brad, how do I pronounce it? Kaya, that's it, only has a completion. You got me on that one. A completion? A meaning as in one. All right, get back to me on that. Percentage of 36% for passes of 11 to 20 yards. Oh, I see. That was a two-part statement. Okay, Brad Kaya only has a completion percentage of 36% for passes of 11 to 20 yards. That's not good, huh? All right. Why, man? Maybe that's why they didn't pick him. Everybody wanted him, and we picked up Beathard. What was that? YMCA. Who would you rather win the Super Bowl, Pats or Raiders? Damn! Why you want to ask me this? You know how I feel about the Raiders, and at the same time, I can't have Tom winning another guy. Man, that's a bad question. And even now, if the Seahawks, between the Seahawks and well, you know what? Between the Seahawks are the team that made it possible for us to get Reuben Foster. I feel like we owe them a little bit of gratitude, or at least a little bit of a token of gratitude, or, because we did get Reuben Foster because of Pete Carroll and his very generous trade. I can't get behind the Raiders, man. I just can't do it. I want the Raiders' ass kicked so bad. Maybe I just won't pay attention to that Super Bowl and I'll just not care. All right, what's the next one? Would you consider Thomas a redundant pick because in a 4-3 Buckner would be up the middle with Earl Mitchell. Then Thomas would be DE with Armstead. But then where would Smith be put? You know what? The 49ers are going to have the most freshest defense in the NFL this year. We have so many package deals that we can put together. The 49ers can be fresh all game long. I guess there's going to be a certain... Man, there's going to be a certain few guys going to be on the field the whole time, and then there's going to be guys that are riding the bench just in case for depth. But man, that's a hard one call, Tyler. I have no answer for that. The final pick for the Broncos was Mr. Irrelevant Chad Kelly. Tyler, that's not a question, though. That's a statement. We know about that, so good for them. Travis Merlo says, we already signed Katie Cannon, wide receiver, Victor Bolden, wide receiver, Cole, wow, what kind of name was that? Ikotinini? Ikotinini. Teeny. Tight end. I can't wait to see film on these guys. I have no idea who these people are. Lorenzo Jerome, I know who that is. J.P. Flynn, outside linebacker, Matt Breda, running back. Nick Mullins, quarterback. I knew about that one, and Jimmy Gilbert, linebacker. So yeah, we're loaded. It's gonna be interesting to see who makes the cuts this year. Are gonna be like, oh, they had to cut him. I can see that the whole time. Joshua, hey Joshua, did you know Brad Kaya's mother was in Original Fighter with Ice Cube? In fact, here's what you missed, Joshua. Some people accused Brad of being Debo and Felicia's son. Did Felix Nerveza Ohana? Oh, that's it. He asked, "What's up? What's up, bro? Did you see what Adrian Colbert said? Every team that passes on him is gonna make them pay. Mark his words." I always love when they talk like that. It's kind of sexy. Ross, hey Ross, have we done a week-by-week prediction for the upcoming season? Ross, starting next Saturday, and this is a show that has been innovated by Tony. That is what we're going to do between now and minicamp, actually. Put your name in, send it to me, ronbosports@gmail.com, and let me set you up. We got Tony starting next Saturday. He's going to give you a week-by-week breakdown, and we'll do that every week between now and minicamp, okay? We'll be ready for that. Travis says, we already signed KD Cannon, we already did that? Oh, yeah. Last one. Indy Meon, has Mike Davis should have never been drafted? Should we say anything bad about Trent Baalke anymore than we already have? Because if Trent were here, he would tell you, when I saw it, and Mike Davis, as you know, I'm good friends with all the guys down. Excuse me, but can you imagine Trent Baalke with the condition I've got now? The reason I thought Spurrier and I are good buddies, and the Gamecocks is pretty much pretty good team. And I thought that probably Mike Davis, who resembled a lot of Frank Gore, could come in and help us. Trent, goodbye, Trent. Hey, listen, I'll tell you what. We're not going to do this tomorrow like we normally do on Sundays. We normally do the fan gathering. We did it today just because the fact that everything ended here. So I thought it'd be nice to come in and talk to you about this right now. So we'll take tomorrow, and we'll be back Monday night on Red and Gold Radio. And I'll see you on Rewind, and I never stop anymore. So if you got something you want to say, let's talk about it. I may grab a sandwich. Now, mind you, it takes me 5 minutes to build a Ronbo sandwich. So I'll be right there, okay? Because I throw extra cheese on it and everything, and then I put it in the oven and I toast it up. Also, I got to go outside. I don't just drink milk. I get my milk fresh. I go out and grab my... What? Hey! What? I go out and I drain that cow of that milk because I want it fresh, right? So don't run away. I'll be right there. Meanwhile, we did it, Phil! We